Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. Today we will be discussing whether or not LeBron James is washed. I really did not want to make this video because LeBron is my favorite player, but I have to look at numbers and the Lakers' current record, and we have to have this discussion, it seems like, because everyone is having this discussion and I wanted to chime in as well. So the two quick answers, my first answer to is LeBron washed is no, he's not washed, and I'll get into all that later. And then the second quick answer is I think that he is obviously getting a little old. He's going to be 38 soon, and I do think that the answer to the question, is he the same LeBron that we've come to expect, is he is not. So in that regard, he is, I guess, washed, but I don't think in a logical sense, in a reasonable sense, I don't think he's washed at all. But without further ado, I'll get into why I think that he is not washed, but he is also not the same LeBron that we've come to expect. So when looking at his numbers for this season, even though the Lakers are, I believe, 2-7 this season, or 2-8 maybe, LeBron is putting up very good numbers still. He, in his first game against the Warriors, he put up 31 points, 15 rebounds, and 8 assists on 12 of 26 shooting. So that was his best game this season by far, in my opinion. And then he put up 20 against the Clippers, 31 against the Trailblazers, 19 against the Nuggets, 28 against the Timberwolves, 26 against the Nuggets again, 20 against the Pelicans, 17 against the Jazz, 27 against the Cavs, and he did not play in the Lakers' most recent game. When you look at his season averages for this season, he's averaging 24 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 steal, and 1 block. So when you simply look at those numbers, it's easy to say that he is not washed, and as I said, I do not think that he is washed. But we're going to go a little further into that and answer the question whether he is the same LeBron we are accustomed to or not. He currently is shooting 44.7% from the field and only 21% from the three-point line. And I think that's his biggest thing this season. So even though the Lakers are obviously the worst three-point shooting team in the league, so the team itself really is terrible at shooting threes, this has also been the case with LeBron this season. He has gone 2 games in a row, which were against the Pelicans and the Jazz, 0 for 7 and 0 for 5 from 3. And his best game shooting from the three-point line was when he shot 2 for 5 against the Nuggets in their first win of the season, I think that was. So I think that it shows that LeBron is definitely struggling obviously from the three-point line. He definitely does not have his stroke as he usually does, especially in the last couple of seasons. We're always talking about how much improved LeBron is from the three-point line and also from the field, in terms of shooting rather than driving as much. Especially as he's gotten older, he's gotten a lot better at shooting the ball. However, this is not he is not showing that this season. Like I said, he's only shooting 44.7% from the field, which is definitely not what we are accustomed to seeing. As a comparison, last year he shot 52% from the field and 36% from the three-point line. And for his career, he has averaged shooting 50% from the field and 34.5% from the three-point line. And this is his worst shooting from the three-point line by far. The closest before this one was 29% as a rookie, and he's obviously come a long way since then. And this is also one of the worst field goal or shooting percentages that he's had from the field at only 44.7%. This season, the lowest in his career was also in his rookie season at 41.7%. So I think first off, LeBron is under immense pressure. Last season and the year before that, they have struggled as a team ever since they basically won the championship a couple of years ago in the bubble. They've struggled as a team, and I think that this has been a lot on LeBron's shoulders. So last year, the person to blame, rightfully so, I think, was Russell Westbrook. He played terribly for the Lakers, and also a lot to blame was on Anthony Davis, because it wasn't to blame, but he was getting injured left and right. So there was another excuse that the Lakers could use as to why they were bad. However, this season, AD has played in all but one game thus far. LeBron has played in all but one game, and Russell Westbrook has been playing very well since Darvin Ham has put him on the bench and made him the sixth man. So that's the one bright side to the Lakers' terrible season thus far. But when we come back to LeBron, I think the question of is he washed is a clear no. He's averaging, like I said, 24, 9, and 7. It's hard to say that a player is washed when he's averaging some of the best numbers in the NBA. In terms of just his stats, his shooting percentages are definitely not some of the best, or they're probably some of the worst in the NBA, especially for his position. However, when we talk about whether he is the LeBron that we have come to expect, that's a definitely no. Even last season, he averaged 30 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists on 52% shooting from the field and 36% shooting from 3, like I mentioned. He played only 56 games, so he missed a lot of games, but he was doing immensely better. This season, he's played 9 games already, and obviously I've told you about the terrible shooting numbers and the subpar stats compared to how LeBron usually does. Is he washed? No. But is he the LeBron that we expect? Definitely not. However, whenever he is up against adversity or whenever he is struggling, he always comes back and does even better. For example, when he went to the Miami Heat in 2010, he lost to the Mavericks in 2011. Everyone criticized him, rightfully so, because he didn't have a great finals performance. But in 2012 and 2013, he won back-to-back championships and back-to-back finals MVPs to cement kind of his dominance on the NBA and in the league, as well as also winning back-to-back regular season MVPs as well. And then when we look at what he did in Cleveland, he came back after losing to the Warriors for the first time. When he in his second return to Cleveland, he lost to the Warriors in the finals. He had a depleted Cavs team. He didn't have Kevin Love or Kyrie for most of that series. I don't think he had Kevin Love at all, and he didn't have Kyrie for most of that series. He had a very subpar team, and they took that Warriors team to 6 games, but they obviously lost eventually to the Warriors. But the next season, the Warriors went 73-9 in the regular season. They were statistically the best regular season team in NBA history, and they were the heavy favorites to win the championship, of course. But LeBron, of course, with the help of Kyrie and his teammates like Kevin Love, they came back and did the unthinkable and came back from a 3-1 deficit to win the championship, and that was how he got his 3rd championship. And then finally, when we talk about when he transferred to be on the Lakers, his first season was actually successful until the Christmas Day game against the Warriors, where he was injured and then out for basically the remainder of the season, and the Lakers couldn't make the playoffs that season. And they didn't have a great roster besides LeBron, but they were 3rd in the conference up until the Christmas Day game. Regardless of that, after that season ended and he had a long break for the first time, the next season came. It was obviously a weird season, not at first, but afterwards, due to all the COVID stuff. They were in the bubble, and they won the championship, and he got his 4th championship in a very difficult circumstance in the bubble. One thing about LeBron is that he's always overcome adversity, no matter what. And I think that this season, even though his first 9 games are showing that he is giving us signs that he could be, that Father Time could be catching up to him finally. I feel that in very much LeBron fashion, he will turn it around. And while he might not necessarily average, a lot more points, he's already averaging 24, 9, and 7. I think that he will this Lakers team to the playoffs, and he will show us that he is definitely not washed at all. And obviously this season, I think he will surpass Kareem in most points in NBA history. So I hope that answers the question of whether he's washed or not, and whether he is the LeBron we've come to expect. And that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. And thank you so much for all the support on my previous NBA videos. And I'm gonna keep pumping them out every week, at least once every week. So if you have anything that you want me to make a video on, please let me know and leave it down in the comments, and I will make sure to do that. But that is it for me. I will see you next time. Peace.